Hi everyone, it's Alexander. Today we are starting our Linux course for beginners. Today we will discuss where Linux is used, open source, distributions, desktop with server, Unix philosophy, and what it is LTS versions. And the first thing I want you to understand is simple. Linux is not some niche system just for programmers. It is one of the core technologies behind modern IT infrastructure. Linux is everywhere. Most internet servers run on Linux. Cloud platforms run on Linux. Android is based on the Linux kernel. Routers, smart TVs, and even supercomputers often use Linux too. Not every device runs on full desktop Linux distribution like Ubuntu on PC, but many devices use the Linux kernel or Linux-based systems. So Linux is not just an alternative to Windows, it powers a huge part of digital world. Companies like Google, Amazon, and Facebook use Linux at scale, and that tells us a lot. Now, the next big idea, Linux is open source. That means the code is open. People can inspect it, improve it, and build their own versions. In closed system, code is hidden. In Linux, it's transparent. And because many developers review it, bugs and security issues are often found and fixed faster. That's one of the reasons Linux is often considered reliable and secure, especially when systems are configured correctly. Now, let's clear up one common confusion. Technically, Linux is not the full operation system. Linux is the kernel, the core that manages CPU, memory, devices, and files. You may also hear two terms, Linux and GNU Linux. Here's the simple version. Linux, it's the kernel. GNU Linux, it's the full system users actually work with. Why GNU Linux? Because real system include not only the kernel, but also many user space tools, shell utilities, package management, and more. And historically, a lot of these tools come from the GNU project. In everyday speech, people usually say just Linux, and that's completely fine. But now you know the technical difference. In real life, we use distributions. A distribution is the Linux kernel plus tools, apps, installer, desktop environment, and package manager. That's why we have many distros, Debian, Ubuntu, Fedora, and many others. They use the same kernel, but they differ in defaults, tools, and philosophy. Now, desktop Linux with server Linux. Desktop Linux is for everyday use. Graphical interface, browser, office apps, multimedia. Server Linux is usually managed from the terminal, often without a GUI. It is optimized for stability, performance, and minimal extra software. So if you want to work in DevOps, system administration, or infrastructure, server Linux and confident terminal skills are essential. Linux culture also follow Unix philosophy. Everything is file, each tool should do one thing well, and simple tools can be combined into powerful workflow. Think of it as a building blocks. We will practice this in the next lessons. You will also hear about different release models. There are LTC releases, long-term support, regular releases, shorter support, never features, and some distributions rolling releases, continuous updates. LTC versions are usually more stable and predictable. Regular releases are fresher but change faster, and rolling releases are the most up-to-date but require more maintenance. If you are just starting or if you work with servers and production environments, LTC is usually the best and safest choice. So the key takeaway is this: Linux is not just another OS, it is a foundational technology for the modern IT world. If you understand the kernel idea, GNU Linux, distributions, server usage, and Unix basics, you will have a very strong foundational. That's it for this lesson. In the next classes, we will go deeper and spend more time in the terminal. See you in the next lessons.